boys? What's going on? It's Ordinary here. We're back as the GM of Phoenix Coyotes. Last episode, we just ended her off at the All-Star break, and this week we are going to just get to the end of the season, get to the trade deadline, all that good stuff. It was looking like we weren't going to have to do anything at the deadline just because our team is stringing together some W's here, so it's looking like our team's solid, put together. We can field some offers, but it looks like we don't really have to make any big changes like last year. What we can do, though, is take a look at our team's stats as we get up to the trade deadline. See if any players just don't fit in. Let's go with some D. That'll do. Yeah, see if there's any guys that don't really fit in with what we're trying to do. Loss, win. Hopefully we can put some more wins together here. And see if we need to get rid of any of our players. Because even if we're winning, we could have a really shitty third line or something that we need to fuck with. So, but we are 31-14-3 right now, which is a good record. I don't think anyone would say it's a bad record, so it's not a President's Trophy winning record, but you know what? We haven't made the playoffs yet, so let's take everything in stride here. We don't need to be losing these 3-2 games, though, I'll tell you that much. We need to be winning those 3-2 games. That's perfect. Alright. So as we sim through some of these games here, what's going on in the real NHL, in real life? I guess the big news is John Scott, after he domed Eriksson in the Bruins game. And I like Louis Eriksson, but I don't know, everyone's being so mean to John Scott. It's like all the reporters and stuff, it's like, yeah, this guy doesn't even belong in the league. I'm like, wow, that's harsh. No, decline this trade. I said decline it. What the fuck, is it frozen? What the hell's going on here? Oh, my battery's dead. That would explain it. So as we keep simming, I can unplug my controller, right? It's not going to fuck it up. Anyways, yeah, they were shitting on John Scott so hard. And he had like his little interview. He's like, I've never been suspended before, and like, we had some good chances that game, and I just kind of feel bad for him. I don't know. Bad hit, but everyone's calling him like a big piece of shit. Like, harsh. And this fucking battery pack won't go into my bloody controller. This is horse shit. Oh, it seems to be in there now, so far so good. Keep playing. Yeah, and he was just, everyone was beaking him, and everyone thinks he should be suspended for so many games. I don't really think so. Like 5. Give him 5 games. It was a pretty bad hit, but it didn't look like he just like ran straight at the guy's head either, so. Too many suspensions. Alright, so here we are. 40-19-4 before the trade deadline. Definitely don't want to blow up the team then. Looking real sharp. Like I said, we're going to take a boo at the stats here. Player stats for the season. Actually, let's take a look at the team standings first. So we are in second with 1 less game played. So that's probably... Oh, Columbus has 2 less games played. So we're second in my books and second in their books, which is actually really good. I'm so super surprised. Goals for per game. So we're scoring a lot, and that's why we're winning. We got the most goals in the league, which I didn't really see coming, to be honest. Our team's still pretty new. Goals against per game, 4th. So we got good stats. Power play percentage, 5th. That's solid as well. And our penalty kill percentage is in 9th. So it's not the best, our penalty kill, but everything else seems to be clicking pretty good. And then, oopsie, back to player stats. And see if there's just anyone that's not getting her done. See if we need to make any trades. I don't want to really fuck with the team, but I'm always looking to make it better. So Skinner, point per game. Ribeiro, not quite a point per game, but doing well. Same with Verbata. We have a bunch of just contributions from everyone. It's not like anyone. We don't have any huge names. We got Skinner, we got Yakupov, but it's not crazy, right? Yandel and Ekman Larsson, of course. Some studs on the point. But this is what I wanted to look at, the plus minus. Our worst players are even. So, like I said, I don't know if we even bother hitting up the trade deadline. What are we looking at for goaltending? Oops. Goalies. Mike Smith. Ray Emery, when he comes in for relief, he's playing very well. And Mike Smith, average stats. What's his save percentage? Yeah. I mean, he's playing well too, so our team just seems to be chugging along. Who was our Talbot and someone else? Let's see. Were the players that were even? It was Talbot and was it Pulio? I don't think it was. We can see by going like this. And then going to stats. Plus minus. No, he's plus 3. Who was it? Gagne? Was it you, Gagne? No, he's a plus 3 too. Klinkhammer? No, he's a plus 5. Bedker? No, plus 8. Who was it? Moss? No, it must have been a defenseman then. Stone. It was Stone. Plus 16. Okay, it wasn't Stone. Gormley. It was Gormley. Gormley. The Gormster. He's even as well, but I don't want to. There's no way I'm trading him. 84 overall. 23 years old. We could look for a replacement for Talbot on that third line center, but even then, he's even. He's not a negative. He's not a minus. What are his other stats looking like? 15 points. 15 points on the third line is a little bit shitty, but you know what? Let's just go to the trade deadline, see if we get any offers. And otherwise, I don't really see the point. We could be that team that trades away their picks and tries to buff up, but I don't know. I'd rather not ruin our future just for one push at the cup, especially when we are kind of building for away from now. Why did I go to propose trade? I'm a fucking mong. There we go. Back out of here. Shut down the phones. No one wants anything from us. What went through? Detroit got 2 defensemen and a backup for their first, and Clark Bishop. Is the only trade? No, here's another one. Paul Martin and Foster from Pittsburgh, and what do they have to give up? Biggs and a second, and why do they have Scrivens? They don't actually have Scrivens. Did they get him back? What? Anyways, that was the trade. And then these seem like they are old, yeah. What else are we gonna get? No offers, but no trades either that hour. And it looks like that Toronto trade was old anyways. Wasn't even at the deadline. There's not enough deadline moves in GM modes. I don't know if you guys ever actually look through this on the trade deadline. There'll be like 1 or 2. And imagine if that happened in the real world. They have like deadline coverage days and shit. And there's a trade. So Vancouver's first round pick, Frankie Corrado and Zach Hall. What did they get back? Michael Ryder and Ald. They just send Ald to Utica. Back to the Canucks, eh? And they send Ryder down to Utica? I guess they're just trying to fix their, cap and roster. But that's why you have to have waivers turned off. Because could you imagine they just trade right there first and 2 prospects to get Ryder, and then they send him right down, someone snags him up. I'm surprised EA Sports hasn't tried to fix that yet, because that's been an issue for a while. with this game. You can't play with waivers on because it's totally unrealistic. Sometimes you'll get really good players like Tavares. I've seen hit the waivers, but most of the time it's just like second, third line guys that are never going to be sent down. And you can just pick up a top 4D, a solid backup goalie, sometimes a starter. Like, name one team that's built a solid portion of their roster from waivers. Like, no one, because no GM's stupid enough to do that, to send their good guys down. We just did this. Let's nope. Sure. When are we going to get to the playoffs? We might even do a round of playoffs here, because this has been pretty dang short, hasn't it? We're looking at 11 minutes. Yeah, it's not that bad. I don't know. We'll see what it's like when we get to the end. We might just do a little wrap-up, some stats and all that kind of thing. See who we're playing against. Check out their lines so we can get right into it next time. It's probably what we'll do, just because if it ends up being a 7-game series, we're looking at like 40-minute episode, and ain't nobody got time for that. 44, 45, 20, and 4, so it looks like we're still on a nice little trek to first in the West. What was the first place team? Fuck, I don't even remember. I remember Columbus was highest point percentage, and they're in the East now. Predators have been playing well in real life too recently. Ducks had a 7-game winning streak. They just lost 2 in a row though, to the Habs and the Maple Leafs. And then we beat them. Or no, they beat us. Shit. Blues. I think the Blues are set to do well in real life this season. They don't have any, like, you can't look at their roster and be like, yeah, this is their issue with it, like you can with a lot of pretty much every other team. San Jose, who's coming up, is another team that's like that. You can't look at their team and be like, you know what, they would do good, but, you know, you can do that with most of the teams. The Bruins are another team like that. Blackhawks. I don't think Vancouver's kind of in that, I don't know what you can call it, like that elite tier anymore. Like they're still gonna have a good season and everything, but it's like the same with the Penguins. Like they're a good team, but you can say I don't think they're gonna win because, like Marc-Andre Fleury chokes in the playoffs, and they don't have any really good defensemen. They have Letang, but he's all offense, and they got Scuderi back this year, so they might do a little bit better, but that would be, you could say they're not defensive enough. So the season is over. I can stop talking about stupid shit. We won a back-to-back against the Ducks after dropping one of the Oilers. I'd say we ended on a solid note. What are we? 4 for 5. 4 in our last 5, so that's not the worst. Points and wins. Doesn't look like we're anywhere. Phoenix, Mike Smith has the most wins. Looks like Emery only got 6 wins. Goals and assists. Phoenix, Jeff Skinner tied for the Rocket Richard. So that would be kind of cool if we got that. And Ribeiro down there in 8th with assists. It depends if the Rangers have any more games before the playoffs and if Rick the Dick can bury any. Let's see. Sim up a little bit. Stop simulation. So I was talking about the Sharks, and we are playing them. Owner seems to be stoked on what we did. I don't like playing against the Sharks. I think they're going to be a tough task unless what's his dick? Thornton's no longer around. We did go through an off season. I don't remember who retired. But let's take a look at our player stats and our team stats one more time before the end of the video. Like I said, it's only been like 15 minutes, not even, so we can crank a bit more content into this one. 78, so he's trailed off a little bit at the end of the season, but that's not bad. And Ribeiro picked up a little bit at the end of the season, so two nearly point per game players, and then Hansel was centering the second line, and he did very well. 65 points on the second line is unreal. Verbat, I'm pretty sure, was first line, but Yakupov 62. This would have been his third season, third season. So 62 points on the second line, your third season. That's decent as well. Yandel 59 on the point. Ekman Larson 42. UC, do we have him? Oh yeah, he was playing second line, so that's not the best. But the Gormster, did he? Let's check this out. Everyone ended up boosting their shit. Gormley 4, Talbot 2. So not bad season. I like when everyone has a positive plus minus. And then of course goaltender stats. Ray Emery looks like he didn't even get another start. Oh, that's right. I don't have the rotation turned on, do I, boys? I was just putting him in because Smith was losing some for us. Yeah, that's what happened. I must have rotation turned off or something like that. Shit, my bad. So, poor Ray Emery has an amazing 7 games or something like that. Games played. Yeah, 9 games he played, and he just fucking stole the show. A 92.91 save percentage, and he doesn't get any more action. Poor guy, but you know what? We'll have him for the playoffs if something happens. Looks like Mike Smith got 1 apple on the season. That's pretty good. And what did he end up with save percentage? 92.39 is very good, and goals against 2.21 is it's average, I'd say. That's where I need my starters to be. And let's take a look at... We'll go back to player stats for season, and we'll look at San Jose, see what we're up against. And then we'll take a look at their lines. And maybe we'll do a sneak peek 1-game sim or something like that. What am I fucking doing? San Jose, there they are. Looks like their leading scorer was Logan Couture with less points than Ribeiro and Skinner. So Joe Thornton is still around. Looks like he's probably centering the second line then. They're both 89 overall. But Couture got more points, so he's probably playing with the better players up there on the first line. Marlowe and Burns are probably the 1-2 punch there on the first line. Jan Mursak, don't know if he'd be on the second line. Must be though. Else why would he have 53 points? Pavelski third line center, or are they putting him on the wing? Boyle and Matt Irwin. Not a lot of defensive firepower. Havlat, underwhelming season for sure for him. Demers, Pickles. Burish, he's probably fourth line. Torres, probably fourth line. So their fourth line seems to not be the worst. Let's sort by plus minus. Jason Demers, the only player on their team to have a positive plus minus, and they still crack the playoffs. Stewart and Vlasic and Wingles in the minus 20s. If I'm looking at this, I'm thinking their team's shitty, but in real life, I know they're not that bad. How did Niemi play? Maybe that's why they did so well. So they split the games right down the middle. Looks like Niemi did play better than Harry Sateri. What a name. Probably because he's 73 overall and shouldn't be starting 44 games in the NHL. There's got to be something fucked up with the goalie rotations. Which leads me to believe that could have been a reason why they didn't do so well. Niemi, look at his stats. 2.44 goals against average is a bit high, but 26 wins and 13 losses. Like, that's the exact opposite. He was like 13 and 26, right? So, save percentage almost 92, which I would say is where you need to be. Harry Sateri, not even at 90. So, if they start him in any of our games, those are ones we need to win, because with Niemi in that, they do have a solid chance. Let's take a look at their lines real quick, like NHL. San Jose. So offense: Marlowe, Thornton, Burns. So Thornton is the first line center, but somehow Couture got more points. Is he first line power play? Yeah, he is, but he's with Thornton, so doesn't make a ton of sense to me. I would move him up personally. Jan Mersak is second line there. Havlat, the very underwhelming season he had. And Torres and Bursch were actually on the third line, and they had 17, 18 points. That's shit. With Pavelski as an 87, like, that's when he tosses centerman on the second line wing. Like, bring Jan Mersak down. They don't have much depth, as you can see. They got a few. They got 76, 79, 76, and then on D, 78 and Justin Braun. Their D is actually, it's a solid one. They don't have any studs, but they seem to be pretty fine with 5 of their players there. Should give us a solid run for our money, and then, of course, Niemi and Harry Sateri. Niemi's 83 only. Probably a little bit underrated. He is better than that. And I just want to see, really quick, if we did end up winning that Rocket Richard with Skinner. Would be kind of cool. Especially because when we picked him up last season, he didn't really do much for us down the stretch. But this year, different story. Don't need to be on here. I need to be on all. Oh, I went the fucking. I should have gone left or right instead of left. Eastern Western NHL. There we go. 41 goals. Yep. Rick Nash outscored him. But when it comes to goals, it was the exact same. So there you go. Jeff Skinner wins your Rocket Richard. A little tie. And Datsuk wins your Art Ross. So that's kind of cool. Look at that. Detroit looks like a scary team with Datsuk and Zetterberg having the 2 most points in the league. Islanders look good. Apparently Dank is on the Islanders now, and they got Tavares as well. But we shouldn't have to play them until the finals, even if that happens. So cross that bridge when we come to it. What is the time on the video? 22 minutes. Yeah, let's sim a few. We don't need to edit our lines, so I'll just jump into this one. First period. They're up. Pavelski gets one on Mike Smith. Wrist shot. Oh, that's a sharp angle, too. I don't like that. Smith should have had that. This was a cross creaser. Second period. 2-2. So we tied it up. Skinner and Yakupov, and Pavelski gets his second. Pavelski from the exact same spot. That is the exact same spot. Maybe a little bit closer to the blue line. A little bit further off the goal line there. But that is... Look, if I go like this and I turn it to all, look at where that goal is, and then look at where the other one is. That's fucking close. We'll slow sim this third here. Go to goals. Resume. Slow sim. Hopefully, hopefully we can get one quick, but Rafi Torres has 18 points in the year and manages to bury one on us first game of the playoffs, and Marlowe gets a second for this period, and it's looking very grim for us boys, and they bury one in the empty net, Havlat. So a couple of shitty seasons for a few of their players, and they still managed to get some points on us. So Havlat, Torres, they should have had better seasons than they did, and they show us why. That game 5-2, hey? A third period collapse, and that's how you lose games in the playoffs. Can't be doing that. We got enough time for at least one more. And I'm pretty sure we have to win this one. You know what I should have checked is what team had the best record in the league. That's definitely something you want to be checking. Like, did I check? It was us. So we won the Presidents. As I was saying in the beginning of the video, not a President's Trophy winning season, but that was wrong. We killed it. I wanted to check some of our stuff as well, like goals for per game first, goals against per game first. So that's why we did so well. Top of both categories. Power play percentage 5th, and penalty kill percentage 11th. So our penalty kill is still deteriorating, which is unfortunate. And if we do drop this game, I might have to change it. But it didn't look like they got any on the power play there, at least in the third. Okay, first period of our game 2. We're at home, and we're up 2-0. That's perfect for Bowden and Talbot. Talbot, good thing we kept him at the deadline. They got Niemi in net, which is smart. And in the second period, they're out shooting us though. I don't like that. Second period, we got one. Phone's going off on me. There we go, Hansel. Probably not one of the most better looking players in the league, but he's getting it done out there. We're starting the third with the power play. We got a 3-goal lead. This should be just piece of cake for us, but I'll slow some it anyways. Oh, now they had a 5-on-3 there for a little bit. Yeah, they're not getting 3 in 6 minutes. So, tied it up. That's what we needed. And let's do one more so we don't end the video just on a standstill. I want you guys to know what's happening. And then I can get, what the fuck? I don't care about that shit. We can be able to round off round 1 and 2 in the next vid. Hopefully we can go back to San Jose, the Shark Tank, with the lead for Game 4. That was kind of a broken sentence, but everyone knows what I mean. Go straight to goals, go first period, and they're up 1-0 on us. Tommy Wingles, fourth line center, doing it to us. Unfortunate. We're going to do the second period and tie it up, I bet. Perfect. They score 1, we score 1, so Yandel got 1, but not enough. Why are they playing Harry Sateri? We need them to play Harry Sateri. Alright, slow sim. We need to get one quick here in the first 10 minutes. Fucking matter when they don't have any D that can score and they're just burying us from the point. Come on, quick one there on the power play. Fuck off. So, yeah, just pause the empty net there. Fucking ugliest player in the league, Tyler Kennedy. Worse than fucking Hansel. But, you know what? Good for them. They got the lead on us. 8th seed against the 1st seed. We're going into Game 4. Down 2-1 in the series. Next episode, we'll round that one out. If we manage to take home that series, it's going to go to at least 6. Actually, 5. But we're gonna take it to 7. Probably 6 would be good because that means we're just gonna win 3 in a row. But if we do manage to win the series, we're gonna do round 2 as well in the next video. If we fucking somehow blow it, we can hit up the draft and free agency and all that stuff and gear up for the preseason for 2015-16. But thanks for watching this one, boys. Sorry that I haven't been bringing out many videos lately. I've been super busy, but thanks for watching this one. Sub to the channel, like the video. It's all great. It's all Jesus. See you next time.